Hi, this is Kim Watson. Welcome to a cryptocurrency update. Only looking at the majors here, but really wanted to discuss the continuing claims I'm seeing more and more frequently that Bitcoin's reached a bottom. Now, every time I seem to see one of these, the next day the market seems to dive down. So I'm not too sure whether someone's trying to sell into these movements or not. But whatever's happening, have we seen a bottom? Possibly not yet. There's not necessarily a bottoming pattern there. That I'm sure there would potentially be some divergence across the lows that we're seeing at the moment. But every Saturday, Sunday, we seem to see, or I say every Saturday, Sunday, but quite frequently on a Saturday, Sunday, we see the rallies on the Monday. Off it goes again, sold. I'm not sure that this, as I say, market's over for now. In looking at it technically, as I keep on coming back to the previous sort of area where buying started happening or creating more gusto was around that 30-38 area. Now, if that starts breaking, then we're really starting looking down back to 14-12. Now, I mentioned 2000 in one of my last videos. It's certainly a possibility. It has support around that sort of level potentially, but we're not seeing a lot of positive comments coming through, apart from people that really want to get you in the market and possibly sell you their Bitcoin. I'm not too sure which it is, or trying to create the frenzy around Bitcoin again to create upside. Personally, I think, as I keep on saying, I'm not against Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. I really believe that there is possibilities out there. Whether it is Bitcoin may be another question. I do wonder if the technology is as good as some of the other technologies that sit around there. It's certainly not as quick. It costs a lot to mine relatively, so it's a power hungry one. However, if people buy it, it will be there for the long term. Now, I've given you my technical support areas. What happens if it bounces? Well, I don't see a bounce at the moment, and I'm really looking from sorry, I see bounces. Yes, I see bounces, but nothing of a proper turnaround. What I'm looking for, and as I said before, if I was looking to be buying into this market, I'd be waiting for the market to come down, maybe if we put a low in, but then start putting higher lows in and look like it's okay. That's when it may be the potential to start dipping the toe in the water. But for now, it's not really doing that pattern. Every single time we see some sort of movement down here on the dailies, it pulls back, pushes down, pulls back, pushes down further. So as it's making lower highs, lower lows, that's the way we should leave it, or I would leave it for now, until it starts reversing that pattern. So for now, I remain bearish across these markets. Effectively, I'd like to say I was really bullish on Ripple. I still, as I said, it's sort of one of my favored currencies or cryptos that I've been looking at. But I like the technology and what's behind it. But at the moment, it's selling off like everything else, and the baby gets chucked out the bathwater. It's always a thing to bear in mind. Whilst the bad ones, I don't think there are any particularly bad ones here. I just think things that have been hyped and people are trying to hype them again, I should just wait until as I say, technically they're all showing some potential. Even Tron here still pushing down, BNB, Binance still really selling off here, so nothing is looking fantastically great. As I say, I just want to end this with a positive note. I do believe in the blockchain potential. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of it will end up regulated in some way or another, which will spoil it for those that originally designed it to become an unregulated, unfiddled with currency. I think, unfortunately, the people that want that also want to have an exchange traded fund listed and things like this, or want that to happen to their currency so that they can benefit from the gains from it. I think a lot of people need to remember that these currencies were largely around in the first place not to make money off the currency. You don't necessarily be buying the pound to make money on the currency. You're looking at actually you buy pounds to spend pounds. You'll buy the dollar to buy use dollars, etc. And these currencies, really, if they're going to work in the long term, they'll be used for buying and selling goods, and they need to stabilize, because whilst I saw comments of politicians suggesting that we could use them for paying tax, etc. in London, or London in the UK, but even it would only work if the currency is stable, because if it loses a third of its value, the local authority is going to be a third worse off than it would be if it was using pounds sterling. So then there needs to be stability with whatever happens. So the adoption of these cryptos for wider potential is limited until they settle themselves down, which is a possibility. The Canadian city of Calgary has launched a digital currency to boost local economic activity, which is it's a currency that's a digital dollar, and it's to be used exclusively in the city of Calgary. So there are organisations and that are promoting the technology, but not necessarily as it sits at the moment, all of it. Anyway, as I say, like to leave on a positive note. I do believe that blockchain is a positive note. Whether these current crypto coins are the ones that will take us on that way, we'll see. But for now, they're not showing me the right sort of signals. I'll wait. Have a great week. Bye for now.